Our lawmakers have been called back from their summer break this Wednesday to discuss the crisis in Afghanistan and debate the government's response. Well, for the latest on that, we can cross live to our correspondent in London, Benedict Pavio. Benedict, we just heard that soundbite from Boris Johnson on British evacuations. What's the latest on that?
Well, the very latest is that the chief of the defence staff says that the United Kingdom hopes to extract another 1,000 people today, and that 7 planes are being sent to Kabul as we speak. It is clear that the situation has stabilised, said the Prime Minister Boris Johnson a short while ago, but it remains precarious, said the Prime Minister. Interestingly, it's a very rowdy British Parliament session. We've got the Prime Minister in the House of Commons, a very packed House of Commons from MPs who have come back from holiday for this emergency debate on the Afghan crisis. Johnson said that events in Afghanistan unfolded faster than expected, but he then seemed to say that he had almost predicted this situation, and that did not go down well with many MPs questioning him, interrupting him, attempting to interrupt him, and saying then, if you had predicted it, why were you on holiday? Why was your Foreign Secretary, Dominic Raab, on holiday until Sunday in Crete? So the evacuation is ongoing, and it is very much hoped that the continuation with the Prime Minister underlined the help of the Taliban, he underlined this several times, will continue. There's no guarantee, of course, that it will. And one interesting line, amongst others, from the British Prime Minister is that actions will speak much louder than words, and that we need to see how the Taliban conduct themselves in the coming days, weeks and months, said the Prime Minister.
And let's talk more about that debate in British Parliament today. What are going to be the biggest topics of debate?
Well, already the biggest topics of debate are whether it was really not predictable and what a lack of intelligence then it was from the British side, from the US side, that this was a precipitous change in Afghanistan, the Taliban taking over the whole of the country, including the capital, Kabul, how this had not been foreseen, and why not? And did there need to be an investigation of that? That's one of the themes. Also, the very, very big line from the Prime Minister, and very much the concern of MPs, is this continued repatriation and also the resettlement scheme. You'll know that last night the British government announced that 20,000 Afghan refugees would be allowed to come and resettle here in the United Kingdom. Many are disappointed that there aren't more that will be welcomed, and also concern that 5,000 will come in the next year. What are the other 15,000 supposed to do meanwhile? The Prime Minister also talking about the G7 summit and the fact that that will happen in the coming days. The UK has the presidency of the summit. Of the G7 at the moment. And clearly a real criticism from the leader of the opposition, Keir Starmer, saying that the Prime Minister was wrong and complacent, that he was guilty of a major miscalculation of the resilience of Afghan forces and staggering complacency, which he needed to step out of. As for the Liberal Democrats, they say 20,000 refugees from Afghanistan should be a starting point. And the Scottish National Party says the scheme doesn't go far or fast enough.
Thank you for that reporting. Benedict Pavio joining us live from London.